We all have mobile games we miss that have been lost to time. Chances are, if you fall in love with a mobile game, especially a branded one, especially one that requires an internet connection, someday it will be wiped from existence. I've already covered 16 games and whether or not I think they should come back, so this time let's cover 17. There are plenty more games that people missed that deserve revisiting, and you all deserve to know why they were deleted and how you can still play them today if possible. One of these games has been revived within Dave the Diver. How insane is that? From Where's My Parry to Nova 3 to Avengers Academy to 3 classic zombie games and even more Angry Birds games, we've got a lot more to talk about, so let's get started. Make sure to let me know what games you miss in the comments. Now, without further ado, let's find out which of these nostalgic deleted mobile games deserve deletion, and which ones are so good I will be addicted to playing them until I reach 100% completion. I wanted a game that felt similar to Flappy Bird, and my mind instantly went to one of the greatest mobile games ever made, RETRY. It's sort of similar in the way that you dodge oncoming obstacles and you're controlling a flying character, but this is the peak evolution of the general idea of Flappy Bird and nothing will ever beat it. The physics of your plane are incredibly precise, to the point where you need to practice certain movements in order to master this game. There's no stopping or slowing down, but you can pull off loop-de-loops and crazy maneuvers to beat these incredibly difficult stages. It's called RETRY for a reason. The entire point is you have to play these levels over and over and over until you finally get it right. There's optional checkpoints as you play, which you can spend your coins on to unlock, but I guess if you feel like proving yourself, you could skip them entirely. I love a simple game that offers so much challenge, to the point where you know how to fly the plane and they're still introducing impossibly difficult movements for you to pull off. I haven't even beaten all the levels yet, and somehow they expect me to do this? I counted my deaths here. It took me exactly 67 tries to beat, dude. Still, when you finally do beat a difficult section, that is always the greatest feeling in the world. Wow, would you look at that? They're even advertising a game called Angry Birds Epic. Weird, never heard of it. Anyways, you can download an APK of this game if you'd like to play it today. And of course, this game should come back. I hate that perfection in art like this can even be taken away from us so easily. If you've ever played Where's My Water, then you probably know there were multiple branded spin-offs of the game over time. To me, this makes no sense why Where's My Mickey and Where's My Parry were removed, because Disney made all these games. It's not like another developer got the right to use Phineas and Ferb stuff. You own Phineas and Ferb. They belong to you. But whatever, Where's My Parry was taken down, and now I gotta show you what you're missing out on. The gameplay is mostly the same. You need water to help Parry escape each level. You can collect gnomes as you play for the sake of completion. Each of the level gimmicks are now innators made by Doofenshmirtz himself, which leads to a lot of really fun mechanics. Steam is a heavy focus on a lot of the levels in this game. It's almost as common as needing water. There's even special levels featuring freaking Balloony who wants to get popped like his life depends on it. There's a ton of levels in this game, and they translate the art style and tropes of Phineas and Ferb pretty well into the Where's My Water series. But if you played one of these games, you played them all. Not to say I dislike this one, it's definitely one of the best games in the series, but I think you could just play the first game and be satisfied with that experience. I do love this game, but I am perfectly okay with saying goodbye to it forever. Unfortunately, there is no way to play My Muppet Show anymore. I still own it on my Kindle, but it just doesn't open. For those unaware, this is a spin-off of My Singing Monsters made by the same creators, but featuring the Muppets. It works so dang well, I'm surprised we haven't seen more branded games in this style. I am shocked they preserved the breeding aspect for these Muppets, but don't worry, they aren't actually procreating. It's called talent searching in this game, which is pretty silly. But if we can't make the Muppets fuck, then whatever, I guess. The beauty of these games is slowly unlocking all the characters to complete the song. The music in this game is so dang catchy, I don't know how I'm gonna narrow down to one for the background music here. The whole point of this game is it takes time to unlock everything. Like, realistically, people were super close to unlocking everything before the news that the game was going to get shut down. That absolutely happened to people. Still, for a game like this, we have the luxury of preserving the songs on YouTube, and you can listen to those to your heart's content. My Singing Monsters has gotten so huge, I feel like I'd enjoy having a smaller game like it to focus my attention on. So I'm really sad this game is gone, and absolutely it needs to come back. Easily the most requested game from last time was Nova 3. I don't know anything about these games and why the third was the best, but my friend told me it was basically mobile Halo, and they were 100% correct. The game is super old, but seeing this style of graphics again is super nostalgic and charming, even for a game I never played. It was a bit tough to find a working APK of the game, but once I did, BlueStacks lets you map out your controls so much that I was basically playing a regular shooter with my mouse and keyboard. It worked surprisingly well. Anyways, through the story mode, you and your squad are hunting down alien soldiers, and I really like their simple design. This one cutscene really shows how fun they look, and how many explosions you're going to experience while playing this game. There is a story, you're a legendary hero, probably from the previous games in the series, but ultimately the goal is to just have fun shooting down waves of enemies. I love a classic story mode like this. I feel like most games nowadays would just stick to the PvP stuff or have zero dialogue whatsoever, but these old games did it right and makes the story mode of Nova way more fun. And if you die, you just restart the checkpoint. I love it. You can get different weapons and swap between them, with the shotgun easily being my favorite so far, and you get unique powers like using the Force to push enemies. As you play, you continue to unlock new abilities and features which I would not have expected, but I'm guessing new enemy types will appear over time. I recorded way too much footage, so I had to stop, but it was a ton of fun, and I definitely recommend getting it on BlueStacks if you missed the game. To the point where this feels like the way to experience the game now is perfect. Obviously, people love multiplayer with the game though, a crucial part of shooter games that means we need the game to come back to truly experience its full potential. This video is sponsored by RAYCON. If you're still in need of a holiday gift, then I've got the perfect recommendation for you. The Everyday Earbuds Classics are perfect for playing music and blocking out all the outside noise around you. Whether you're at the gym or just trying to avoid listening to your loud, annoying roommates, definitely not talking from personal experience or anything. They also make the perfect gift because I'm getting you up to 20% off, and trust me, that's a steal. With up to 32 hours of battery life with its case, an awareness mode that lets you hear your surroundings when you want to, sometimes roommates do have something useful to say, I guess, and plenty of other new upgrades to the Raycons you know and love, these are the perfect wireless earbuds for your everyday life. There's some really fun color choices. I personally saw that I could get purple earbuds and a purple case, and I knew what I had to do. I don't own any sort of wireless earbuds, and for the longest time I thought they were overrated. But now that I have these Raycon earbuds, it has been a complete game changer. It is extremely convenient to not be tethered to my phone when I want the privacy of listening to a podcast. And now I can do it with these sleek new purple Raycons. If you'd like to pick up a pair yourself or as a gift, just click the link in my description or go to buyraycon.com/JakeMiller to save on Raycon audio products site-wide. Order by December 15th to guarantee delivery by Christmas, because great gifts shouldn't show up late. Thank you Raycon for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it. Similarly to My Muppets Show, Avengers Academy is sadly gone for good. However, a fan revival is being worked on as we speak. That's very cool, but since it's most likely being worked on by only one person, the graphics aren't super great, so I'm just gonna resort to showing old gameplay clips instead. The idea of Avengers Academy is sort of genius. I'm surprised this isn't an animated Marvel show. Each of the famous Marvel characters all go to school here, and a lot of the charm comes from the dialogue and character designs of these younger Avengers. Otherwise, it's a pretty standard town building game where you send your characters on missions to earn currency and slowly make a bigger and bigger academy. The characters, as always with these games, are the best part, and the game had an insane voice acting cast. Like, what the hell? Tony Stark is freaking James Franco, aka Oz the Great and Powerful, thank you. Allison Brie was Black Widow. Tiger was Bella Thorne. Taskmaster was Sean Anderson. Hulk was... Oh, weird. Guess they couldn't find anybody. As someone who loves Marvel, I would 100% start playing this game daily if it was still around. Apparently the game died around the same time its developer had a merger, resulting in layoffs, which is a pretty common way a lot of big mobile games lose steam and die. I used to play a game called Disney Mirrorverse, and when a ton of the people working on it got fired out of nowhere, the game received like 3 updates over the next 2 years and then kicked the bucket. It's a sad way to lose a game, but Avengers Academy just had to be a victim. I want it back. Call me selfish, I don't care. It was fun, okay? I absolutely love Rayman games, and rather than getting a new one, they went ahead and deleted all the mobile titles instead. There were quite a few, and I remember really liking them. Thankfully, it is super easy to get an APK and still play them, unlike half the games we've covered so far. The game is an auto runner, and you only control Rayman's jumps and attacks. Since it's based off Rayman Legends, the level themes and concepts are all borrowed from that game, so it feels pretty similar. But since you can't stop running, that's where the difficulty comes in, and your goal is to get all 100 lums in each level, meaning if you miss just one, you should try the level again. The level packs are also split up one ability at a time, which is interesting. At first, all you can do is jump, then you learn how to fly, introducing wind mechanics, then you can wall run, which is always satisfying to do correctly, and finally you can punch, beating up enemies and breaking down walls. They simplified your controls as much as they can, and I think it's super effective. Besides, you could play this game just to listen to Rayman music the whole time, which, as we all know, is absolutely amazing. I really like this game, and it only got better throughout the Rayman mobile game series. I've been saying we need to bring a lot back this time, but how could I possibly say no to Rayman? This man needs more games, dude. If only Ubisoft wasn't freaking in charge, we wouldn't be in this mess in the first place. People are saying they took these games down to fully promote Rayman Mini, an Apple Arcade exclusive, which apparently died too. Poor Rayman. I got so many requests to play Tap Tap Revenge, which apparently is a rhythm game. Had no idea. I spent at least an hour trying to figure out how to play it because it seems like there's actually a way to, but I failed. I'm not smart enough for this. There's a fan-made revival called Tap Tap Reloaded, which apparently feels very similar gameplay-wise, but obviously looks much simpler graphically. I played it for a bit, it was alright. The biggest appeal of these Guitar Hero games is the music you can play. And from the looks of things, all the games had the most popular music during the time they were out. People use their iPods for music, so to have a game where you can play Guitar Hero with your favorite new music on your iPod must have been a dream come true. And the unique level themes and animations are pretty fun, making each song a unique experience. I really can't tell if the developers made these or players did. Either way, that's pretty awesome. Some people say they do just love the way the game feels, and I'm sorry, but I just don't see how this is any more mind-blowing than the majority of Guitar Hero clones out there. There are around 20 Tap Tap games, dude. This was an epidemic. It's kind of surprising it all went away just like that, simply because it didn't match the modern mobile game market anymore. I think the Tap Tap Revenge series is a perfect time capsule of the type of mobile game and music we listened to in the early 2010s, which is ironically my favorite music to listen to, but truly there really is no reason for this game to come back in 2025. These jerks killed my wife. Becoming a giant boulder of death is completely justified in my opinion. In this game, your main goal is revenge, but you also need to survive and dodge deadly obstacles as you roll down the mountain. The levels start out pretty barren and easy, but the best part about this game is that you unlock new obstacles and NPCs the longer you play. By completing missions, new ones get added to the world, making it better the more you play. It's a perfect idea. You can also upgrade your boulder with coins, including your power-up, making you an invincible spiky ball for a few seconds, rolling over countless civilians, narrowly jumping over obstacles, and decimating the stage in your superpowered form. It's a blast from start to finish. This game is just fun, it controls really great and has a fun art style. Most likely, it went extinct because it wasn't kept up to date. This was made by the Adult Swim Games team, so it is kinda sad they didn't bother to keep it around, because I know it has fans to this day. But if any of these games had a chance of returning, I feel like this one has gotta be the most likely, right? There's no reason why this game couldn't or shouldn't come back. Although, seeing how they encourage you to smash your friends, maybe it's for the best it died after all. Blood and Glory is yet another game I've never even heard of. For some reason, the only working version of this game is in Chinese, which sucks, but at least there is a way it can still be played, right? The gameplay reminds me a lot of Infinity Blade. The fighting is nearly identical. You can dodge or shield attacks, and when you do, you have a free, stronger attack. Or you can parry by swiping in the opposite direction. Otherwise, you can swipe weak single hits in between your enemy's attacks. But otherwise, the setting and story seem pretty different. These are all Coliseum fights, one after another. And I can see why that included blood in the title. Your opponents are covered in it by the end of the fight. This one might be an Unisanas fan.
Momento Mori!
Since I'm playing a modded Chinese version and can buy any weapon or item I want, this game seems like it could be pay to win. I take out enemies and a couple swipes with the strongest weapons. That is, unless you jump to the second world. I die in 2 hits and I barely do any damage. I had no idea what I did wrong. Oh wait, what if I buy the best armor? There we go, now it's a fair fight. I was surprised though, they still took me down. Even the toughest levels require some skill. You can't just beat them by having the best stuff. That's pretty cool. Ultimately, if I'm being honest, Infinity Blade is just more fun than this. And obviously, it looks nicer. I'm going to be playing Infinity Blade 2 at the end of this, so that'll be a good comparison. But if we bring back any Infinity Blade games, I think it's okay to let this one go. A sacrifice, if you will. That's real glory. So people were telling me, oh, I love the game Evil Factory, you gotta play it. So I'm looking for APKs, not really having any luck, when I see a message from the creator, who also made the game Dave the Diver. Well, apparently the creators love this game as much as its fans, as they've ported it into freaking Dave the Diver. I kid you not, if you play the game, call the operator and type in the code, you just unlock this game. Now, I'm not 100% sure how different it is to the actual old game, but I'll take it. When has a game developer ever put their entire old game into their new game? When? Anyways, the gameplay here is either fighting a big boss or a wave of enemies in each stage. Starting out, all I have is a flamethrower and some dynamite. You have to get pretty close to your enemies to actually hit them too. It's an interesting attack system. As you play, you'll unlock new armor and weapons, but for me, seeing the new bosses and learning their attack patterns was my favorite part. Since TNT takes a bit to explode, you have to line up and time your attacks correctly, making these fights a lot tougher. Just like Dave the Diver, there's a story too, with each character instantly becoming lovable or iconic in some way thanks to the dialogue. I don't think this is the full experience of the old game unfortunately, but I played for a while and it seemed to keep going. The reason the game died is the company that published it shut down, but apparently the original creator loved it enough to keep it alive this way. So, do we need the game to come back? I guess not. Sure, if you don't have Dave the Diver already, you'd have to pay to own it. But the idea of this is so awesome, I can't help but love it. And I already own Dave the Diver, so that is a complete win right there. Last time I gave everyone a glimpse of my old Kindle Fire loaded with nostalgic games. And when people spotted these 3 zombie games, they wanted to see all of them. So let's cover all 3 and see which of these are the greatest deleted zombie game. We'll even add some stakes, and I only get to say the best one deserves to come back. It's the ultimate showdown, and we're starting with Zombie Highway. Miraculously, I still have this game on my Apple account, which means I can even play with motion controls. My younger self has no idea the impact it just had on my life right now. The greatest thing is, if you miss this game, there's a sequel that you can still download. It's probably better, but I had to check out the original for the nostalgia. Each round the gameplay is going to be the exact same. You're driving down a highway and zombies are trying to jump onto your car. If you're good, you can completely dodge them. Otherwise, you have to get close enough to obstacles on the road to bash them off of you. If you don't, they'll tug on your car, eventually toppling it and ending your run. There's a few different types of zombies. Some are fat and weigh you down, some are red and regenerate health. Despite each round playing exactly like this, man, I get addicted to it so fast. It's just fun and easy to understand. Swiping zombies off your car by narrowly avoiding obstacles on the road is perfect, I love it. I guess I gotta get into the sequel now because I just want more to do. So even though I do love this game, we do have a playable sequel, so I'm not itching too hard to bring it back. But let's wait and play the other 2 before I make our verdict. I definitely remembered Zombie Road Trip, and I know I will love playing it again. Coincidentally, you're also driving in this game, but on a 2D plane this time. There's a horde hunting you down and zombies walking in front of you to slow down your momentum. By doing tricks, like doing a flip and landing squarely on the ground, you can get a boost and get ahead of the horde. So, in the simplest terms, hill climb racing but with zombies. There's tons of cars and weapons to unlock too. I played with this pig car for quite a while, I really liked it. This thing can pull off flips super well. Or we have this lawnmower with a scarecrow. I like this one less, but it was more expensive, so I guess I have to like it more then. Anyways, I love how hard it gets by the 3rd and 4th checkpoint. There's zombies all over, and if you slow down for just a few seconds, you are going down. If you're great at pulling out tricks, like me, you can go super far, and if not, well, you better earn some money and buy some much needed upgrades. This game feels endlessly replayable to me, I can never get sick of it. And I would have loved a sequel for this one so we could get new zombie types and environments and stuff like that. But as it is, Zombie Road Trip is going to be hard to beat for our last game, Zombies Ate My Friends. You would not believe how hard I tried to get this game to work for me. People online have done it, but I just could not figure it out. So instead, I try to watch as many gameplay videos as I can to see what all the fuss is about. And even still, I'm not convinced this is a great game. It's very heavily story-based, and your decisions impact how you do in the game. For example, if you respond well in a conversation, you can earn bonus XP. There's some unfortunate additions though, like needing premium currency to make certain choices, like buying this dog off of someone. I think stuff like that ruins a game about making choices. Imagine in a Telltale game if there was an in-app purchase to save Lee or something. That would completely ruin it. Anyways, the other main idea was using energy to explore and scavenge. That means you'd log in and do a bit each day, walking through town and fighting zombies as you go. The combat looks pretty in-depth, which is cool, but also spends energy to do. After watching for a while, honestly the only thing I can say I like about it is the art style. So I went to my community to see if others remembered it and had fond memories that I couldn't get from watching gameplay. Apparently the choices can get much more intense. According to my commenter Ganic, There were actual multiple routes you could take with some of the characters. I'm almost confident certain characters could die if you failed them, which introduced me to my first ever Choices Matter game. Sage DeMage said they love the zombies, character customization, the art style, and pretty much everything about the game, especially the darker elements of the story like when you fail a mission and see your friend become a zombie. However, Sage and pretty much everyone else who commented had this to say: the energy system killed the game. And from what I've seen of it, I completely agree. If this had a bigger budget, released on consoles, and had a one-time purchase to play without that crap, people would love and praise this game forever. But that singular, horrible aspect tells me all I need to know. My judgment is correct, and the energy system did kill this game, and I have no reason to resuscitate. Which means, out of these three, it's a no-brainer, dude. Zombie pun completely intended. Zombie Road Trip is the GOAT, and I'd love to see it return more than anything. Since the entire library of classic Angry Birds games was wiped from existence, only covering 3 last time was just scratching the surface, so we should cover 3 more. At this point, I don't know how or why Angry Birds Space hasn't come back in some form. They added it to Angry Birds Reloaded and Angry Birds 2, they even made new levels for the game in both. Why put in so much effort to remake the game multiple times when people would much rather just play the original? I honestly have no clue. Angry Birds Space is a classic, and it makes no sense it isn't already back. Angry Birds Star Wars, on the other hand, that game is gone forever. Technically, you could still buy the console versions of it and own this game today, but it's gone otherwise, especially Angry Birds Star Wars 2. Both of these games combine classic Angry Birds levels and space levels while introducing a boatload of new birds and unique abilities. Luke gets a lightsaber, Obi-Wan uses the Force, C-3PO falls apart on impact. Look, they can't all be good. From what I've seen, this is one of the most nostalgic games for people because it was an amazing game, easily one of the best in the Angry Birds franchise. So even though it cannot come back, of course we all want it to. And lastly, yes, I'm actually talking about this game, you aren't tweaking, Angry Birds Epic, an RPG featuring Angry Birds characters. They went all out here with unique classes, a bunch of fun pig designs, and even a world map with a story. Who knew they could make such a good RPG in Angry Birds of all things? And it's kind of insane we never got a sequel or something, because this game has a cult following, people go nuts for it. So very soon, probably in January or February, I'm gonna make my full review of Angry Birds Epic, play through the whole thing, and from there I can let you know for sure how good it is. So should it come back? I don't know yet, I haven't played it. I guess I'll have to say no for now and make up my mind once I make that review. I really enjoyed playing Infinity Blade, and most of the people who watched the last video loved getting to see it again. And I thought it was important to note that the second game is also playable on PC thanks to hardcore fans of the game. So for our final game of today, I'm going to try Infinity Blade 2 for the first time. I definitely think the original should come back, so now I'm curious if the sequel is better, and just generally how it compares. This opening cutscene? Yeah, I am completely lost. Who is this woman? Who are the Deathless? I definitely need to go back and actually beat the first game at some point, but we'll move on for now. This new environment is so beautiful, and already I've seen so many cool character designs. I genuinely love every fight here. Each one is somehow cooler looking than the last. I was shocked after like 5 fights when I was killed and brought to the real intro, starting a brand new bloodline. Insane. So we're back to this iconic tower, it seems, fighting enemies who, in my opinion, are more boring, generic, and similar to the original game's fights, but they're still fun. I found that parrying seemed to work way better for me in this game, and maybe it's the exact same, I'm not sure, but I really like playing this one. It felt like I didn't have to be as precise, making it more fun and satisfying to bear enemies more often, as long as you've got the timing and general direction, it worked really great. The game looks super nice, of course. I'm always shocked how old these games are because it looks so much better than most mobile games of the same era. I'll have to keep playing to see if we get more enemies like we got in the intro because they were super fun and well done. But I had just as much fun here, and I guess I gotta say it should return alongside the original. What a true masterpiece of a series. I had a lot harder of a time finding a way to play these games than I did in the first video. Some of these are genuinely lost to time, which is sad to say. At least they've been documented through videos, just like this, so that hopefully they'll never be completely forgotten forever. On the other hand, so many of these also have fan revivals, which aren't as high quality but only show just how much fans love and miss these games. For people to want to replace something so badly they remake it, you can't get much more dedicated than that. We have yet to see if any of these games will actually return, but at least we can relive the glory days by continuing to talk about our favorites. If you haven't already, please let me know in the comments what games are gone forever that you miss more than life itself. Or just games you remember, it doesn't have to be that deep. Depending on how this video does, I might make another video just like it. If you'd like to support me in my videos, please consider supporting me on Patreon, where you can see videos early, or by becoming a member, where you get shoutouts at the end of every video. Just like Patrick Barjan, Keep, Jep the Legend, Cheaper Yang, Test Monkey, Callum Ford, Perskib and Enter Checky, Timur Kurinov, Aaron the Ghoul, Freakish Smile, Geminat, Lewis, Bright Streak, Dante, MGR Damadan, Einherjar, Jonathan Biscoff, OK, Sleepyboy74, A-Train, Gall Guy, Greenman Yas, Skibbity, Alice Wilson, MacDax2, Lavatane, WD Thief, and Tullich. And Eggroll27. What modern mobile games do you think will get deleted someday? Do you think 10 years from now someone will be making a video reminiscing about Block Blast, Pokemon Unite, Squad Busters? Oh, dang. Too soon? Sorry to all the Squad Busters fans out there. May he rest